My name is Patrick Diamatani, and I'm the founder of GPT-PAT, Generative Pre-Trained Personalized Automation Tools. I help business owners, founders, teams, etc. use AI and automation to support and develop and grow their businesses. In this session, what I'm going to be going over is how to build an automated, personalized outreach system using make.com, a Google spreadsheet, Perplexity AI, DeepSeek, and Resend.com. So the goal of this tool is to basically replicate a tool like Apollo.io or Instantly or even Clay in terms of personalized outreach. The starting point is a lead list that you have generated already, downloaded the spreadsheet. What that's going to do is then send that data to each row, prospect information, the company name, the title, etc., to Perplexity to do search and do company research. It's then going to send that data to a DeepSeek module, and you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, you could use anything based on your credits. And it's going to create a personalized email message to that user. And I'm going to use resend.com to send the email because resend.com helps you get emails into the inbox and out of spam. All of these tools are free, and I'll show you how. Well, you might have to put about $2 to $5 in. So let's start with make.com. So first, make.com is an automation tool that you can use to build different automations, if this then that's, connect different kinds of tools, Gmail, Outreach, any CRM, any kind of tools that you need. Resend.com, like I mentioned, is an email tool for developers, which allows you to hit the inbox instead of the spam. Perplexity.com actually offers a 1-year free pro trial for any PayPal.com customers. So if you have PayPal.com, you can go into your offers section on your PayPal application and find the Perplexity offer, and you get 1 year free of Perplexity, including the comment browser and $5 per month of free credits. So let's begin. First thing I'm going to do is go on make.com and create a scenario. Scenario is just the workflow that you're building. And I'm going to start with Google Sheets. Now, like I mentioned, I already have a spreadsheet of leads that I want to use. But if you have a CRM and you don't want to do spreadsheets and you want to maybe keep it in your CRM for analytics and whatnot, you can actually just go ahead and use your CRM. But for this purpose, I'm going to use Google Sheets. So what I did was I added a new module. Modules are the tools that you use in make.com. I'm going to go here to search rows. Now here, in my Google Sheets connection, I already have my Google Sheets already set up. But what I'll do is I'll go into my drive and I will show you the spreadsheet list I'm going to be using. So for this spreadsheet, we're going to look at CEO leads, and we're going to be creating a personalized outreach message to all the CEOs in the spreadsheet. So there's over 161,000 leads here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into the spreadsheet, keep all this data here. For tracking purposes, I'm going to type in I'm going to wait till it loads. There's so much data. It might take a while. Got it. Okay, cool. So I have my spreadsheet here. Okay, that's not going to work. So we're going to go to another one. We're going to use US e-commerce businesses. So what I have here is a spreadsheet of US e-commerce businesses. I have the email, I've got the company, first name, last name, their LinkedIn. And also what I have here is I have set up additional columns for email one date, email two date, etc. to help me keep track. I'm now going to go back into my make.com module. I'm going to find the spreadsheet that I was just looking at, which was US e-commerce businesses. And then I'm going to configure it. I'm going to find the sheet I'm using, which is sheet 1. And then in order to make this work, I'm going to make sure I'm a filter so that the email exists. And where I showed you the email 1 date, I am going to make sure it does not exist. So this is what's going to help me go through this list without replicating or duplicating emails sent out to people. So it's only going to start once the email 1 date does not appear. So it's not going to repeat or duplicate anything. And then for the sake of this, I'm going to do a limit of 2, but you could do 250 and it's going to send out, it's going to go through 250 rows. But let's just start with 2 for this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Perplexity module. So I'm going to type in Perplexity. I'm going to hit create a chat completion. Now, again, I'm already connected to Perplexity. But if I wanted to, I would just go to my Perplexity connection. I would go into my Perplexity website. I would go to my account settings. I'd go to API. And I'd find my API key. Because it's already in there, I don't have to do that, but I would find the API key and I would add it in. So go to API keys, generate a new API key called X, create key, and I would just copy the key and paste it in here. I don't have to do this for this, so I'm not going to, but that's how you would add your connection. So we have the spreadsheet list already set up. Next, we're going to go and we're going to go to the contact section here, and I'm going to click on company, website, first name, last name, personalized LinkedIn, and these are all the different fields that make.com already pulls in from your spreadsheet data. So you already have that. All you have to do is drag and drop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in analyze and search the web for this and create a detailed paragraph overview of the company, prospect, or any relevant data to create a company research summary. What this is going to do, and what we're doing here is we're prompting Perplexity. We're prompting it to look up the company and the website and the LinkedIn profile of the person, and we're asking it to create a summary of the company that we're going to be reaching out to. And that's going to be for each row. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to create a chat completion to the same thing, and I'm going to tell it to actually search the web for www.gptpat.co and analyze the company, products, services, etc., to understand what the company does and can offer. This allows me to also have a knowledge base of sorts of my company. This is all very important because in the next module, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and create another module for DeepSeek. We're going to say create a chat completion. Again, I already have my connection in here, but you just added and add your API keys. I'm going to messages, and this is the user. By user means what is being typed asked of the tool. I'm going to say create an email body for an outreach email tailored to. I'm going to say again this person, first name, company. Use the company research from. I'm just going to click this whole bundle, so it's going to get all the info. And include data from my company. I'm going to hit, again, the research here. To sell my products and services and personalize an email for the prospect. Now here's what I'm also going to do. I'm also going to prompt it what to do and not to do. Do not use hashtags, asterisks, emojis, or em dashes. Use cold email best practices up to 10 lines so it passes the iPhone scroll test. And what that means is basically when someone's looking at your email, you don't have to have them scroll up and down too many times. Enter a call to action to have them visit my website, and which is going to be www.gptpet.co, and set up a meeting. Let's say that's good enough for now. Oh, and I'm going to use just a regular DeepSeek chat model. Again, if you're using Gemini, OpenAI, etc., you'll have different models you can choose from. I'm going to save this really quick. And then I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Google Sheets. I'm going to update a row. I'm going to find that spreadsheet again. This one configuration looks a bit different, but you can still find it. I'm going to add my sheet. The row number is going to be listed here. So it's going to find the exact row. And then I'm going to go into that column where I had before email one date. And I'm going to go to the calendar and I'm going to hit now. So after this is done, it's going to update that spreadsheet with the date it was sent, so that you don't duplicate in the future and add to the rows. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this tool called Resend. So make.com allows you to send an email through Gmail, Outlook, etc. So if you want to do send email, you can do that. You can do Outlook, like I said, send a message. But I'm going to use resend.com because it allows me to send it directly to the inbox. And the reason why this is very important is because if you have a lot of emails being delivered to spam, then it hurts your deliverability rating. And then Google or Outlook can then say you're not a verifiable email domain, and it can actually end up deleting or hurting your domain, making all your messages go to spam. and destroying your domain. So you got to be very careful with this. Resend.com is free for up to 100 messages. I'm going to go and say from pat at gptpat.co. To is going to be to the email. And then subject is AI partnership inquiry, quick chat. I'm going to send it as plain text, and the content is going to be hi, first name. The body is just going to be result of what you wrote in DeepSeek. And then I'm going to add in a brief a footer. Patrick Diamantani, founder, CEO, www.gptpat.co. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this DeepSeek thing. I'm actually add another paragraph and say, make sure you only write the email body, not the intro, hi, first name. That way it doesn't duplicate the hi first name because I already wrote that in. Or a subject line so that it can be easily copied and pasted. I'm going to save it again. And we're just going to run this and see what happens. So now that I hit run, it's going through my row. It's going to Perplexity and it's doing research on the row of that person's company. Now it's doing research on my company. Now it's going to create the message using DeepSeek or whatever chat tool you're using. And now it is saved and it sends it out. So let's see what it wrote here. You can go in there and check it out. Hi, Abigail. I was impressed to see your work empowering professional women to own their presence through style and confidence. At GPT Pat, we partner with entrepreneurs to build custom solutions. Our custom GPTs can streamline your backend processes. I think this could be important. Would you like to explore this? See, that was the first message that was sent. And as you could tell, I had no idea who Abigail was. She's just a number in a list. She's a beautiful number. I'm sure it's a great number. But she's just a row. And Perplexity did the work of understanding what the company did and what I did. So now let's see what the second message did. So one of the things I caught here is that the first name, I doubt is two Abigails. So I'm going to go back in here and check this. Oh, it actually was Abigail. So this happened to be two Abigails. So we did it right here. So going back here, it happened to be two Abigails, but going back here, we saw the first message to Abigail, her company, talked about professional women. The second message talks about Oddbody's mission to use underwear as a catalyst for informed conversations. Your focus on education and empowerment is powerful. So it enters with knowledge about the company, so it knows that you're reaching out to them personally, talks to them about what you're doing, and see how we can be supportive. I can run it one more time just to show you that the Abigail thing wasn't a fluke. And with this, you'll be able to see that instead of using a tool like Instantly, which is a great tool, Instead of using a tool like clay.com, which does it as well, which is also a great tool, you can do all this for free with the free make.com trial for 1,000 credits. And you can do it the same with free 100 messages per day with resend.com. DeepSeek.ai is very, very cheap. You can do as little as $2 and it will give you a lot of credits. And Perplexity, like I mentioned, if you go to Perplexity, if you go to paypal.com and sign up if you don't have an account, but then go into your um, offers, you can get a free Perplexity Pro trial, which is helpful for a lot of things. And Perplexity is great for search, and it gives you $5 in free credits per month. So this is all there with. So within less than $5, you can send about $100 a day. Now let's look at the next two emails. See, okay, different name. Hi, Axel. This person see how KNS International has built premier dropship footwear with companies, brands like Journey Collection. Okay, and then Operation 2. Hey, Abrams. Press to learn about Pan American Leather's legacy on family run exotic. So the real power behind this is to write personalized emails. I know a lot of SDRs and AEs have a lot of time that they spend writing personalized emails, but as long as you prompt the tools the right way, you can get a clean, nice message, almost better than if you had to do the research and write it yourself. Once again, this is how to build your own customized, personalized outreach tool. And just for my purposes here, I'm going to save it. I'm going to name it GPT Pat US e-commerce outreach. And I'm going to write it again. And now it's going to do it for about 200. We're going to go back here and we're going to see 10/7/25. It just sent out those messages to Abram and the rest. And that's it. Hope you can check out additional resources. Go to gptpat.co. And if you need help with creating prompts, etc., use some of the free GPTs I have available and resources here. Have a great rest of your day and keep building, y'all. My name is Patrick Diamatani, and I'm the